Bonani, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're catching us from. Miss P here, coming to you with Progressive View on YouTube as well as on podcast. Today we're talking about your mistake don't define you. Very good topic. I think a very relevant topic as well in the times that we're living in. The thing about it is that nobody goes through life without making mistakes. We're all gonna make mistakes at one point or another in our lives. There's no person rather that is perfect. Even preachers make mistakes, even presidents make mistakes. So who are we as normal day-to-day human beings, or rather citizens, to say we can't make mistakes? Mistakes are essential. We need them to grow us. Remember, when you make a mistake, you're not the person that you will be after you've made the mistake. They are here to make us better people, to teach us a lesson. But the question is, are you taking a lesson from that mistake? Are you learning from it? Is it making you a better person? But the choice is all in you, right? So I'm just going to share today about my experiences with mistakes and also how you can maneuver around them, or how you can actually use them to your advantage. First thing about mistake is that you are smarter than you were before. Remember, when you make that mistake, it's like you were on a blank sheet. You didn't know anything. Now you are wiser, you are smarter. You can actually even, coach or share your experience with the next person so that the next person can make you wiser. I know there's a lot of mentors, coaches in my life that have come to make me a better person. There's mistakes that I won't make because someone else has already made them, right? So I'm making new mistakes so that I can learn. And life is all about that. We are all trying this thing called life. We were all stumbling through it. We were all trying to make the best of it, right? And it doesn't mean we're always going to make the best choices with our decisions, with our choices, but at the same time, each mistake or each choice should be able to teach us something, and to also make us better people, right? And then the next thing about it is that you should not dwell in the error. Yes, you've made the error, so are you gonna get up and dust yourself and move on from it? Which most of us, or most people in life, we don't move on from that. So the thing about it is that it should teach you something. It should teach you a lesson, right? But after it has taught you the lesson, you should move on from it, right? It's about learning, right? It's about, if you knew 1, 2, 3, 4, after this error or mistake that you've learned 3, 4, 5. I'll make a mistake. I started off with, I'll share my experience. I started off early with business, like as early as university. So when even before I finished university, I had a company where I was listing out taxes and, like metered taxes to pick up people from companies, like Standard Bank had call center agents that would finish off late. So I bought my first 5 metered taxes rather, and I used to buy these cars from SMD. I don't know if you guys know SMD, but SMD is like all these cars that are wrecked off, that have been in accidents. So I'll go there with my mechanic, and we'll test a car, and then if we're interested in it, we'll bid on it. As small as I was at the time, I'll be like, I'm bidding and whatnot, and I managed to buy myself 5 cars through that entire process, and I was able to get a contract for them. But there's lots of mistakes that I made, like with any business or a new person that's coming up in business. Remember, I was a business student. I studied business administration. I thought, me, I got this thing. But you don't know business, or you don't know how to operate business until you're really in it. I thought I had all the skills, I was ready, and lo and behold, I got there, I made a lot of mistake. One, I hired all the wrong guys. These guys were drinking on the job. They had accidents left, right, and center. I was towing them every second day. The parts were getting, the cars were getting broken, and they would say, okay, you can wire us the money, and they would go and fix the part. You know what? These guys were just like, this child, what does she know about business? They were just keeping that money for themselves, apart from the fact that they were employed and getting paid every week or every month for that matter. So we make mistakes, but that experience on its own didn't stop me from trying other businesses. It didn't stop me from trying to better myself other than just being employed, right? So what it did, it opened my eyes. I learned some important lessons on assessing the people that I'm hiring, to just understanding the market itself, how the transportation business works, because before then I had no clue. I was just like blinded off. I was just like, you know what, I'm going to do this. I can't lie and say the business was successful and it made a bit of money for me, but it was the first start in me actually trying businesses, right? That's not the only business that I've been in, and I can tell you, it's like a long line of businesses that I've tried, but I can share that on another video, right? But then the next thing about mistakes is that they come here to make you strong and wiser. I cannot stress that enough, right? Like I said, with the business that I had with transport, is that I became wiser, right? I became smarter. It's always the case. Like, you can also choose, like, when you make the mistake and it leaves you down, you can stay there. I refused to stop my business. I refused to go down. I refused to say I'm not doing this business anymore. But in fact, I refined my business. I got smarter, put a little bit of systems here and there so that they can assist me, and also just hire the right people, right? People that are honest, and you ask the right questions, because I was blind. I didn't know any better. That is a mistake that I made. I allowed it to make me stronger, and I allowed it to make me wiser. So it's the same thing with you as well. It doesn't matter the business that you're in. It doesn't matter, maybe you chose the wrong job, wrong relationships, like we all do. Trust me, I've had my fair share of wrong people that I've chosen in my life. That's a day for another story, probably another video where I can share all my mistakes that I've made with choosing wrong people to date. But at the same time, it doesn't matter the mistake, the category that it is in. A mistake is a mistake. Learn from it. Don't stay in it. Don't let it get you under, but let it elevate you to the next level of your life, right? And then the next thing, you can choose to let them refine you or define you. The choice is all yours, right? I make mistake on a daily basis. I make mistake on, just like everybody else. We all don't know. We all are just, learning and finding ourselves, and we all are going to make mistakes. I make mistakes as a parent. I make mistakes as a friend. I make mistakes as a sister, and, so it doesn't mean you shouldn't allow that situation to define you, right? Just because you've made a mistake, there's no sticker that says, oh, when I walk around, there's no sticker at the back or in front of my forehead that says, oh, Princess has made a mistake today, or Princess has done XYZ. I'm the one that knows what happened, and I should be the one that allows the situation to teach me and move me to the next level. So I am appealing to you, whatever that is going on in your life right now, or whatever mistakes, don't stay in the past. Don't dwell in that situation. It's supposed to push you up. Let it push you up. Just look at it this way. That happened because there was a lesson for me to learn. So what's next, right? You know better now not to do that mistake. And if you do it again, don't be too harsh on yourself. Guys, I think we are all just too harsh on ourselves, because it's like society tells us that we should not repeat mistakes. Hana. So what if you've made the same mistake? Right? Learn from it. You're a wiser, you're a better person. You move on. You don't go around and say, oh, my name is Princess and I've made 100 mistakes. I've made that mistake. It doesn't work like that, right? My mistakes have made me who I am today. They've redefined me. They have made me a better person. But the choice is all yours. Nobody can force you to say, when life or the mistakes that you make happen, right, that you decide that, is this mistake going to make me better, or is this mistake going to make me worse or than where I was before, right? You choose that. the choice is all in your hands. You decide, is this going to make me better, or is this going to make me or put me in the same position that I'm in, or basically take me backward. The idea is that our mistakes should push us forward. You learn from it, you share it with others, you become wiser and smarter because you're wearing a new hat that you were not wearing before, or that you didn't know about, right? Mistakes should always push us forward. So I'm appealing to you. When you make a mistake, don't dwell too much in it. Look at it and say, you were here to teach me a lesson. Experiences are all lessons, and then you push on and move on forward. Lastly, they make us better and wiser version of us. God knows that He brought us on earth for a reason, and for us to get to this place where He wants us to be. We're all here for a reason, right? We all have different talents, different skills, but for us to get to the place where you can say, you know what, this is where God always wanted me to be, you have to stumble along and make mistakes. That would make you a better person, right? A better version of you, right? There's circumstances that come to scrape us, right? They come to scrape us and make us late, rather, so that we can be better versions of ourselves. So I'm appealing to you, when you've made a mistake, don't look at your mistake and drown into it for days to come. Don't, right? Look at it and say, I acknowledge you. I know I made a mistake. Forgive yourself for making that mistake, and just know that you're not going to make that mistake again. And if you do make it again, so what? Still learn. It's still a lesson. I believe that God brings experiences and circumstances in our lives to teach us. And if an experience keeps coming back and back and back and again, over and over again, it basically means you didn't learn the mistakes the first time around, right? Maybe this time around, even if it's the fourth time that it's coming through to you, it basically means you're probably going to get the lesson then. So don't feel bad to do that, but do not let your circumstances or your mistakes define you. They should come to refine you. Miss P for Hands of Love. I hope that this lesson has you have learned, and that you have grasp something out of it, because we're all here to learn. We are all here to try this situation. Nobody is perfect, right? And don't compare yourself to other people, because the other mistakes that we make is that we compare ourselves to people, and then we start feeling low and feeling sorry for ourselves, and also and actually just wanting to go under the carpet. No, it shouldn't be like that. So yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day. Hope this message will reach somebody. Do not feel bad for making a mistake. It's part of the journey. It's part of the process. Love you. Miss P, Progressive You. Have a lovely evening.